Ready.
Hey.
See on here with the ladybirds. I hope y'all can hear me pretty good. I'm on a different device today,
Yes.
so let me know. This is the ladybirds. In case you guys don't know, hey, we got to get in here and represent for the women around here that know some football.
Yes.
People don't believe that ladies know a little bit of football, but we're trying to
Oh, yeah.
educate you guys that yes, there is many of us out there, especially
Yes.
Falcons fans. So who's right
Mhm.
next to me?
Hey, better known as Auntie Pam from Sitdown, all the way south in Columbus, Georgia. Welcome to our show. I'm excited.
Columbus, Georgia. So this lady is a season ticket holder, a world
Mm-hmm.
traveler,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
she comes from Columbus. So that's
Mm-hmm.
loyalty and dedication there. So
Yes.
who's right underneath her? Tell us who you are, ma'am.
Well, you already know it's your girl Whitney A from the. I'm messing up today because I'm excited. We got legendary status today. You know it's your
You're a
girl
little
Whitney A
nervous,
from
huh?
the A, ready to slay, and we got some legendary heat today. I am excited. I'm excited.
I told you I was gonna do it. I've been trying to do it, but you know what?
Yes.
I was called out quite a few times, so it's all my fault why this took so long. But
Mm.
anyway, so
Okay, it's all
you know,
good.
blame it on me. Blame it on me. But we better go ahead and say hello to the fans. Please let me know if I'm chopping up or not, people. What's
You
going
good? You
on?
good?
Hello, lady
You good.
birds. I'm fine. Okay.
Mhm.
Which position do y'all see? You already on the questions. We're gonna hold
Oh
that for a
Lord.
moment.
Yeah, hold
She
on.
on it. What's up, D Sloan? We appreciate you. What's up, Queens? I ain't never scared. I ain't never scared. Yeet. Get some. That's what I'm talking about.
The
Jamie,
old
what's
ATL.
going on?
Jamie, hey.
Sonya Howell, how you
Sonia.
doing? Brian Peoples, what's
Hello,
going on? Y'all
Brian.
better go ahead and share this out. Let everybody know that we are
Share, share,
here.
share, share, share.
Share,
Definitely
share,
share.
share.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm excited about this one because we have a special guest in the house. Y'all seen him on Mike Sport show before. Actually, you've
Mm-hmm.
been seeing him on Atlanta Falcons Nation at some point. I think that
Mm-hmm.
was last year. I want to say he
Mm-hmm.
appeared, but I was like, you
Mm-hmm.
know what? No, we need him on the Ladybirds because
Yes.
we got a lot to talk about here. So let's go ahead and
Definitely.
introduce him. I don't know that picture. Who is that?
Yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend. Let me just kind of introduce who he is in case some of y'all young heads that wasn't born and you quite don't know nothing about this one. I think he was probably one of the best, and we haven't found anybody like him on the Falcons organization. I'm just saying,
No, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
this is a Hall of Fame, need to be bound up, should have been happened, but of course we
Should
have
have.
to make a lot of noise for this guy here, but he is a five-time Pro Bowler. That was 2001, 2002, 2004, 2010, and 2013.
Mm-hmm.
One of the premier defensive players of his era. NFL forced fumble co-leader, and that was 2001.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons' all-time career leader in sacks. And you already know that's an issue with the Atlanta Falcons right about now.
Oh, eight,
Achieved over
oh,
Yes.
eight, oh,
130
eight.
Yes,
sacks
yes, yes,
during
yes.
his career. Come on
Uh-huh.
now. 15 years in the game in the NFL. And of course, he was a Atlanta Falcon. Let's go ahead and bring him on. Come on, Mr. Man.
Yay!
I'm making my debut.
Yes, that's right. Finally, finally. Look, I was telling people in the back, chop it to the game because it's my fault that it took so long for this gentleman meant to be on. But y'all know who it is. Who is it? Say it in the chat, everybody. Good
Y'all
evening,
better
ladies.
know.
Let's go.
Yes, yes,
Y'all
yes,
better
yes,
know.
yes,
I ain't giving you no kind of
yes,
names.
yes, yes,
If
yes,
y'all
yes.
Falcon fan, you better say
Oh,
it.
they better know.
Mhm. I ain't gonna say it until y'all say it.
There you go,
Okay,
Big
we got the
John.
rise up in the hand. There we
There you
go.
go.
There we go, Jamie. There go a legend.
There you go,
A fan.
Jamie.
There we go. So
Yeah.
we're excited to have you on with us tonight. And actually, he's going to be hanging with us the whole time because we got some stuff to talk about today. The ladies are ready for that. That's right. Abraham, the predator. My big uncle, John Abraham. That's what I'm talking about. He is everybody's hero here, everybody. What's up, Whitney? All right. So we're going to go ahead and get a little bio about you. Just tell us about, because we're going to get into your draft history and stuff like that too. But give us a little bio about yourself right about now. I mean, I gave your career stats, but how did all this start?
Well, you can ask Brian Peoples. Like, I literally used to babysit him when he was little.
Wow.
His family were like, they were the Peoples, and he got the best name ever, like the Peoples. Like that, they literally were the Peoples. Like all his uncles, his whole family was just football. Like everybody was football. He used to always pick at me because I used to come over to their house and they'd be like, "Man, why you ain't on that field?" I'm like, "Man, yeah." I'm there. I'm like, I don't know. Then I waited my senior year. I'm from a small town like Timminsville, and honestly, I always felt like I was going to be an athlete or I was going to do something special in life. But I played my senior year, and I was good at it. What I'm gonna say, but I always was good at it. I was athletic. I tell some people are athletes. You play one sport, you're an athlete. You play sports, you're athletic. So I was athletic. I was always athletic. I ran track. I was in band. I did everything except football because my mom didn't want me to play. So my senior year, I was like, I'm gonna go out there and see what I could do. Just have some fun. It's a senior year. If I get hurt the senior year, hell, I ain't doing nothing anyway.
No, but somebody was on your side because you end up playing the very sport she didn't want you to play.
Right. I tell her that all the time. I'll be like, "Mom, so how you feel now about me playing sports?" So I have to ask my mom, "Are you proud?" Because she's like, "Well, I just don't like seeing you get hit. It's not that I didn't like the sports. I just didn't like seeing you get hit. I ain't like seeing you get hurt. All the stuff you had to go through." But I'm like, "Mom, you know what? The stuff I seen her go through was way worse to me. The work she had put in, the effort. Man, we used to work in the tobacco field. We worked in the cucumber fields. We used to clean up because my mom was a kitchen lady. So the little lady used to have a little hairnet on, give you the food and everything. So I used to help her during the summer doing that. And I think all us as kids we get in our mind, I ain't doing this shit when I grow up. Even now, man, I hate cleaning up, man. I hate cleaning up because my grandfather.
Imagine you with a cafeteria cap on your head and stuff.
Nah, I used to serve the food and everything. Yeah, I used to do all that stuff, man. But it was just like, nah, this ain't me. Because my grandparents, my grandma, my aunt, everybody worked in. They were like janitors just going all the way through. So we if I could go back in time, I would really listen to my grandfather more because I always thought that he wanted me just to work. But now being a father and of 4 girls, it's just that time you want to spend with them. So even if it's taking them to work or taking them to certain things, we didn't have taking them to work back in the day. People say, "Oh, take your kid to work." So my grandfather, on Saturdays, he used to take me out to fix houses, plumbing, doing all that stuff, electrician. And now being a grown man, I'm like, dude, he was just trying to teach me how to be a man without saying it. Because I guess the conversations now we're way more vocal with our kids now than our parents were. Our parents were kind of like, do this, and that's it. Do this. It wasn't no, in between. You ought to do this or you out the house. That's period blank. So it's a lot of stuff that I look back on now. And I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful that I had that opportunity to even be around my grandfather and my grandmother.
I love it. So it's kind of just a jack of all trades. And one thing about, like you said, you can be an athlete, but you can be also athletic when you're playing all different types of sports. Some people used to take up dancing and things like that. It's certain things that some football players will do that increase their ability when they started playing football. But let's go ahead and just see what everybody's saying. Hello, what's up? What's going on? Thank you. Where we from? Sports, especially football, is all we know. John set the standard for us being a true athlete. We appreciate everything that he's done. So, and still, because I'm gonna have a question for you a little later, because we need somebody out there coaching. I'm just saying. So, but we'll get into that question in a minute. But this came from Ms. Pam. She's up top right next to me. Where were you on draft day? If you can go back and remember it for that moment, and who did you share that moment with once you finally was like, yep, football is it. Had a good career in college. Now I want to be drafted. So Where were you?
I was in Columbia, South Carolina. We had a spring game that day. So I wasn't thinking I was going high in the draft. Just back in the day, they only had like 10 players. You know, you was top 10. You were going, and I ended up going 13. So I was way higher than I thought I was going to go. But it actually, I was with Sean Ellis, and me and Sean Ellis got drafted to the New York Jets at the same time. He had his family there. I had my mom there, my cousins there. It was strictly a family thing. It was no like, we ain't had no groupies or no like drinks or nobody was smoking.
That was like real people that supported you and things like
family.
that.
It was real family oriented. We actually there was this bar restaurant that was right up the street from where I was living in Columbia. So Sean came down from Greenville because he's a South Carolina kid too. So all us met at that little restaurant and bar. My agents at the time set it up, which were some trash ass dudes, like fuck boys, like in every possible way. Like if I still dealing with drama from that situation, so I ain't gonna talk about that. I love black people, but doing business with us sometimes is some bullshit.
You ain't, and that's still to this day, and it's still to this day.
You know, like I can say me personally, and my draft day. If I could change one thing, I would have fired that agent, but everything else was good. Everything like everything else was good, and it was strictly just me trying to be loyal to a black agent. I was like, you know what, I know this guy. I knew this guy since I was 18, you know, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna be loyal to him. He helped me out some situations when I was in college, so you know what, I'm gonna be loyal to him. No, so, but I mean now it's like you. I think sometimes. We just because somebody give you 5 don't mean you gotta give them 5 million. You know what I'm saying? Like I think sometimes we give too much because especially when we're younger, we don't understand that what you I guess what you give sometimes is way more than what you receive, but we don't realize that because if you're in a tough bind sometimes and somebody help you out, let's say if you're sick one day and somebody takes you to the hospital, that don't mean for the rest of your life you owe that person. You know what I mean? And see, for me, like somebody helped me out and I was young, then I was like 18, 19. So, you know, I was like, oh, shoot. And he was kind of like a father figure. So, you know, I got lost in the mix and, you know, I felt like, and I ain't gonna lie, like I think back in the day, we had a lot of brainwashing going on with the athletes, man. He was telling, oh, you got to look out for this person, man. You got to keep it real, man. You're going to go out here and get money and change. Like, you're supposed to change. You're supposed to build your own life. If I would have been a doctor, if I would have been a lawyer, if I would have been any other kind of thing, I would have been building my life, trying to find a wife, trying to get my kids and trying to build like this. I wouldn't have been like looking out for my cousin. I wouldn't be trying to look out for my mom. We're trying to look at my uncle, my aunt, but like once you hit that, like you hit the lottery, but then like now being 46, I'm like, dude, you worked your ass off. Like Rick Ross said, you weren't with me shooting in the gym. Like the mothers wasn't out there when I was on the field, like doing all this crazy stuff. But I felt like I owed everybody that. And a lot of these people I felt like I owed, they never gave me anything. They never came to a game. They never did a lot of stuff. So for me, draft was probably like the best moment of my life because I felt like, you know, I finally made it. But I think if you do anything for years, like let's say if this little podcast y'all got going on, you can be going and then like, man, it ain't really going nowhere, girl. We need this. And then that one day, like somebody call you and make the right decision, you can be like, it was worth it. And I'll tell you one thing about that. Just remember how much you took to get it and make sure that make sure that you value that. So when you get it, you know, you got to keep working. Because a lot of us athletes, I'm not just saying when we get to the league, we think we made it. But we haven't. You don't make it in the league till after you're done. Like when you're done with the league, that's when you should be happy. Like that's when you should celebrate. That's when you should be going out. That's when you should do all that stuff. Compared to like, you know, most athletes, you'll see us, we'll be out in the club. We'll be trying to worry about how many girls we can get, doing all this dumb stuff. Like if I can go back to my 22-year-old stuff and realizing that 46, I got like an ass of years left. All that stuff I wasted, I could have been doing now. But you know, at the time, it was just like, man, I got to catch up. And also, I didn't drink. Got it. Yeah. I didn't drink or smoke or nothing, so I felt like shit. I'm about to have a good time now. I did all this, but I hope people. I hope people just start seeing it now. Like you got time now. You're done. You'll be 30 years old when you're done. Most of them.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of them that don't manage their money right, and that's why there needs to be some. I don't know how it is now, but some type of mentorship.
Well, they got a program set up where they teach them finance and stuff, so it's much better now than it was back then.
Yeah, I think the NIL is definitely helping them because if you would have told me at 18, like I probably wouldn't need that dude if I had NIL because I'd have been straight.
Yeah.
But also, y'all would have never met John Abraham. You gave me $200 grand for telling to the South Carolina. You never see my black ass. I'm just being real. You gave me $200 grand. You gave me $200 grand. I'd have been right back in Timminsville. I bought me a little house, got me a little car. Y'all see my
man in the car.
I'm telling you, y'all wouldn't see me, guys. My homeboys like, man, if I had an NIL, boy, I'm like, bro, if I had an NIL, I promise y'all would have never met my ass. I'd have played a couple years, stacked a couple bread, been right back home, man. I don't think I needed was stores.
Yep.
But then you would have blew that money, been mad. Mama would have been mad. I told you not to play no football. You would have got all that.
I would have had a stepping stone, though.
Oh, yeah.
I would have had a damn stepping stone. I ain't need. You understand? I was in Timminsville. Like, shoot, our median was then. Our median is like 40 grand. I'm good for 5 years. I'm good. I'm a man in the city for a minute. Abe got a Taurus. I'm like, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Everybody saying we need you to join back on the field for us.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if his knees working right, maybe we can invite him back. You know, we got to see. We got to see. Everybody, Shane, what's up, bro? Watching this gives me some goosebumps the day that I was around Pastor Troy. Oh, yeah.
Man.
Speaking of, I do want you to come on out. If you in Atlanta around July 26th, we are having our Red and Black event.
Definitely.
I've been trying to invite everybody, but that'll be great. But let's go ahead and get into the next conversation. 55. There we go. Everybody know who it is.
Yeah.
So we heard a little bit of background history. Let's talk about some of your playtime in the NFL. Which team's offensive line you defended against was like your toughest and then your easiest? So like, oh, this is a cakewalk, or the one that just really did challenge your ass, you know, doing your thing. And you can remember.
I think I told somebody this, and this is my God honest truth. I'll tell you, like, the people that was aggravating as hell, but I don't think nobody was a competition compared to me. And I'm just being real.
Hey.
There you go.
When you competing with yourself, if I lost to a guy, I knew it was something I didn't prepare for. I didn't feel like it was there. That guy was just that good that I couldn't beat this guy. So I go back to the board and I say, what did I do wrong this game? I do this, I do that, I do this. But if you say, but the most aggravating mugs was Oakland. Not Oakland. What are Oakland in? They've been changing.
They've been Oakland Raiders. It was Oakland Raiders then.
They were just so dirty. Like the whole O-line was just dirty. Like they would cut block you when you're engaged with someone else. They spit on you. They was just, and then the crowd was even worse. Like the O-line was dirty as hell. You don't get no calls because this was like in early 2000s. So they still had Rich Gannon and all them other stuff. And Rich Gannon was an asshole too. But I thought everybody was an asshole. I didn't. Because a lot of people think that I don't like people think I don't like quarterbacks. No, I hate tackles. I hate guards. I hate centers. I hate motherfuckers trying to stop me from getting my job. Like, think about it. People can say, oh, I hate work. No, I don't hate work. I just hate my damn boss. That motherfucker aggravated here. I could do my job if he leave me alone. So if them people left me alone, I could do my job.
You do your job. Like they said, you got one job and you got to do it. So somebody in your way to do that, that's a problem. What's good, ATL fam? Bring one of those shirts to the Red and Black event for me, extra large, please.
Yes. That shirt is fly.
It is good. Where did you get it from?
I ain't telling y'all shit. But look now, I gotta be fresh. I gotta be different. I gotta be different when I come. I can't be looking like
I know you can't be giving exclusive stuff out now. He got to be different. He got to have something nobody else got.
You need to bring a whole box so you can sell it at the Red and Black event.
I would sell, but I just don't like looking like everybody else. I go in there, people having the same. I'm like, nah, I
respect that,
That's why we got the AFN. No one got the AFN shirt but me. There you go.
You're gonna
get you one. But okay. So you saying you the GOAT. Ain't nobody was competition as long as you was able to do your job. As far as your career says it.
Yes.
I think we all should feel that way because it instead of being because I was helping one of my friends because she's dealing with trying to do public speaking and stuff like that. I was like, you got to be your biggest hype man, like dead ass. Like think about it. people be thinking too much, like, oh, nobody ain't want to see me. Shit, nobody want to see that person either. But I'm like, the same time is you can say stuff about you and somebody can catch one thing. You like, it don't have to be like, I can literally talk about myself all freaking day, which I should be able to. So I'm like, with her, I told her just stop worrying about what people think and just big yourself up. And honestly, if you live in your truth, it's easy. Like, I went to college here. I'm doing this. I run this business. And you ain't bragging, baby. You're just saying your life. It's a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't like when people do down other people that do voice themselves up a little bit. And because I'm a mental health coach now. And I see the smallest victories. That's something to celebrate. I don't care what it is. I just bought my house last year. That's an accomplishment for me, you know?
Right.
And so people that do get mad about that, they're haters. And they're just mad because they haven't jumped on and figure out who they are. So they're living through you and it's like, oh, okay, whatever. We don't want to hear about it no more. But it's like, maybe that should motivate you to want to do something for yourself as well. Because, hey, I'm a black man, black woman over here achieving right about now. It's a big deal for me. And one thing you were saying about the draft, when your family and friends, well, your friends really wasn't showing support. Sometimes it's going to be your, the neighbors, the strangers that's going to support you more than your own people. Like, this show been going on for so long. I don't remember the last time I seen like a cousin, maybe a couple of times, close people that's watching it and tuning in. They don't watch. So it's like, I don't worry about that. I worry about the people that truly are here. Like the people in the chat. What's up, y'all? Yes. Karina Atkins, how you doing, baby?
Hey, Karina.
Hey, Karina. And speaking of people in the chat, hey, mommy. My mama came in. She was
where mom at? Where mom at?
Yes.
Where her coming at?
That's my mom, Makita Jenkins. That's my mama. Shout out to tax business.
Okay, mama, we see you. I'm trying to find it. It's not up here highlighted for me. But love you. Glad you're coming here to support your baby. That's right. So we're going to go ahead and get into the next one. And this one is a little bit about when you played with us. Yes. So, because, this is the Atlanta Falcons Nation show. So, when you played for the Atlanta Falcons in 2006 through 2002. What are some of your memorable moments?
You know what? This is gonna sound bad, but I got to be real with people. And like you said, you're a therapist now. You understand that sometimes you got to tell your truth.
Yes.
My probably memorable moment was getting cut. I mean, like I don't think out of all the games I had, I never reached my potential here. I supposed to have been to a Super Bowl. I supposed to did so much stuff for this team. I supposed to, like, if I had, cause I left here the next year and made a Pro Bowl. So y'all let me go when I still had the best of me going. And so the most memorable thing I mean, like I'm not saying it in a bad way. Like even for me, like, and it's something I'm dealing with too, because I see my stats. I see that I was a good player. I see that I deserve to be a Hall of Fame because people around me got the same stats. So I see all this stuff, but me personally, I also got to work through my own built-in trauma. So like the first year I came here, I got hurt on the first game. So y'all didn't get to see the real John. Like, and if I never got hurt when I was here, the numbers and the stuff y'all would really got from me is something that, like, I tell people all the time, I feel like I was a bust. People be like, oh, you had a great game. I'm like, man, I was a bust in my mind because I missed 46 games of football, like 48 games of football, and I'm still in the top 13. Like, think about that. If you give me 48 more games and I'm averaging 7.7 sacks a game, that's another 21 sacks in the book. So it's like, for me, like, all that stuff goes through my head because I think bad. But also, I knew I was a great player. I know I did Atlanta well. I think I could have did better for the city. Like me personally, I could have did better for the city, and that's just self-esteem issues that I'm dealing with now. So I'm doing stuff like this now because I want to get in touch with Atlanta, because I really feel like if I would have done some of the stuff, like for me, when I got hurt, it was embarrassing because when I was in New York, I used to hear it so much. Oh, he always hurt. He's always this. He always this. So I created like a stigma or something like that. So every time I got hurt, it was just like, I done
It's
let
in your
everybody.
head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
complex.
I was a
Yeah.
little kid, like, oh, you gave him all this money, he get hurt the first game, and I'm like, man, here we go again, yada yada yada, da 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 da. So I hated missing games, and I hated like not showing y'all my best at all times. You know, even though I used to poke and prod at my body just to get on the field, which people don't understand. It that's a lot of the process. You see, some of us might go and find other coping skills. Like some people have weed, some people have cocaine, some people have hoes. It's like it's just different stuff in life that you got to find that you're okay with. And if we don't have someone like Maggie to talk to, like some of us don't, I got a Maggie to talk to because my mom name's Maggie, so I'm good on that.
I know.
But
Isn't that cute?
it's
His
certain
mom
things.
named Maggie.
Yeah, certain things that people don't, like a lot of these guys don't have because you got at a young age, these guys are forced to be men because their family has never been through these opportunities or these situations. They don't know about these taxes. They don't know about, you know, living with in a $1 million house. They don't know about this stuff, so they can't school their child on it. You know, you can school them on certain things, but it's certain things that my mom just didn't know. And I forgave her a long time for it. Like I forgave her years ago. I'm like, I'm sorry, man, you know, because she just didn't know. Like she'd never been through any of this stuff. So she was more scared to tell me the wrong shit than so you know, a lot of times we scared to like say anything, so we won't say nothing to our kids. They're like, I don't know. Try to do your kid homework right now. You be like, man, you better go ask your teacher because that's the same thing. You got to see how life is. If your parents don't know stuff like that, you can't take it personally. You can't get mad at them. And you if you want to live a better life, you're gonna have to eventually just say, you know, I'm sorry, you know, I apologize. I understand that you was raised a certain way, and I think my mom was a kitchen lady, so the stuff I was going through, she was just kind of like, this is her first time in life, just like it's my first time. So everything she's seeing for the first time, it's like she ain't LeBron and Bronny. You know, it was just like John and Maggie. Both of us was in like, I don't know what to do. So you know, we making decisions to go, yeah. And like I don't know how everybody else was, but like when I was 21, like even when I was 18, when I went to college, like automatically everybody kept asking me questions about the family. I'm looking like, how the fuck I know? I grew up in a house without a father too. Like, you know, so I got my sisters, I got my older sister asking me about stuff. I got my mom asking me about stuff. I got my grandparents didn't really bother me. They you know, old folks, they get in their ways, they good. They got their house, they good.
They sit in them ways.
Yeah. So, but it was tough because even my friends automatically, I went from being just like a regular kid to when I got drafted, it was just like he the boss, and I'm looking like I didn't ask for this. You know what I'm saying? But also taking that boss role, I took a lot of responsibilities for other people's problems, which is dumb as, like I said, don't be taking people's problems on because you shouldn't, because it's not my problem. Like you can help people out. If I can't help you out verbally now, if I can't show you a way to get it, don't ask me for no money. I ain't got it. I'm over that little stage. I'm like, I got 4 kids, man. Like, like when I die, they gonna get every bit of them. Like, nah, I ain't doing it. Like, so if you need it, I'm sorry. I'll try to aid you some way this way, but nah, I ain't got it. And the power of no, and I can tell, and I tell people this all the time. I ain't never really felt bad from saying no. I always felt bad for saying yes, because when you get that, when you're done and the person don't do what you expect them to do in this situation, you beat up on yourself more. Like, Dad, where's my decision making? Like, how did I should have knew they weren't going to do this, and you beat up on yourself because you end up losing a friend, you end up losing money. You end up losing your self-esteem. You end up losing your choices sometimes. So all these things. Yeah, like just saying no. Like if I say no, I'm good. Like now I just tell people no and they don't like me. If they don't talk to me no more, like, it is what it is. Shit.
Yes.
No. And I'm glad he said that because, of course, we do got a story. Like a couple of years ago, Maggie was going through some things and I was still trying to run this channel and everything else. But I was at that point pulling everybody's weight on my shoulders and trying to be that person. Is like people look at me, I'm the younger sister, but looked at as the older sister for one thing. You know, everybody depending on me, they always came to me for I got issues, or whenever I was trying to have my journey of getting better, people was trying to pull me back in. You're not going to do that. You're going to hang with us. You're going to do this. I was putting too much on myself because, of course, single mom, trying to figure it out, trying to make money some type of way. So I was just all over the place with my mindset. I didn't realize I was sick like that until one day I looked back at myself and looked at some of the messages I sent John. I was talking a mile a minute. I was just boop, 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 just all over the place. But he actually answered back to my messages, gave me some quotes and things to look at, and actually saw it because he was telling his own journey as far as, you
Mhm.
know, when he got sick and
Yeah.
how he's gotten better from that.
Mhm.
And he has a story to tell about that. But mental health is
Mhm.
a real, you know, it's a real
It
deal,
is.
people. And you
It
know, people
is.
make it taboo and don't talk about that. You all right. Go pray about it. You just can't pray about certain
Mhm.
things. I didn't
No.
know that something was wrong with me until I looked back at myself. It's like, I need some help. I had to get a
Mhm.
therapist. You know, I had to do a lot of things. And I look back and I apologize to him as well. Because I look back at my messages, I was like,
Up there.
you
Yeah.
probably look at these messages like, who is this crazy woman in my inbox? But I
When I
wasn't
said,
asking for a handout. I wasn't, you know, I was just like, I just need somebody to talk to right now that
Yeah.
I feel like I can relate to. So I
yeah,
appreciate that,
no,
So
no,
we lifelong friends, man.
but I one thing that people, one thing people don't know, a lending ear sometimes is better than money or better than saving that person from that situation because sometimes all you need is somebody to listen. Like most
Yes.
people think, and even me, I can say a lot of times. That's why I said if I could go back instead of like giving my sister this or giving my sister this, like just showing them how to do it or doing certain other things because I see it like this. Like this is literally how I see it now. If I wasn't here, like if I died right now, what the hell are they gonna do? Let them figure it out. I don't feel bad about that shit no more because like look, the object of living is for you to find your way, not to find other people's way. And like I think somebody said about the entitlement. So I have someone in my life right now. This mug always try to say how terrible I am. Oh, you got mental health because all they know how to do is deflect. All they know how to do is like, and I'm like, call me broke, call me a bad father, call me everything in the book. And
Mhm.
and the old me, I went downhill. But I'm looking like, no, that ain't really me, bro. So you gotta watch how people say, like anybody, and somebody will tell me I need therapy, but I already go to therapy. So if somebody gotta tell you they need therapy and they ain't need therapy and they did therapy, I'm like, dude, you won't even do therapy. But you think you okay? I'm like, I was like, you think how you act? So you gotta watch how people try to bring you down, especially if it don't have any merit. Because some people, that's all they know how to do. Like if you ain't doing exactly what they want, like they'll call you a narcissist. They'll say you're gaslighting.
Mhm.
All this stuff. And one thing about me, I tell the truth like a motherfucker now. Like I can't even lie because I can't remember. So you know what I'm saying? Like I tell the truth because it's easier for me. Like I try to be a minimalist now. I try to like I don't wear a lot of stuff. I don't care about all the jewelry like I used to. I don't care about all the cars and stuff because life is more of like me now. It's more like making the memories that I'm going to remember. Like when I look at pictures of my
Yes,
kids,
yes.
certain thing like that, and I think that just comes with growth, and it probably would have came with education if I had somebody older than me that could tell me, but I didn't have someone in that realm saying that if you do this, this is going to happen. So I played life like as it came. I was very I used to not deflect, but I used to always, when I had a problem, I would just go do something. Like if somebody like, okay, this person is bothering me, instead of like facing it on and saying, nah, we need to talk about this, I would be like, man, I'm going to get drunk, or I'm going to the strip club, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing this, or I'm going,
Distractions.
yeah, I'm going on vacation.
Distractions, you masking it, but you're not addressing the issue.
Yeah, coping skills. And now I see like if something come up now, I like to talk to people right now. Like when Maggie ain't had me on the show yet, motherfucker, why the fuck I ain't been on the show yet?
He sure did. He saw me and said, I was like, why you ain't been on the show? Because you ain't asked me. It was like,
Hell, how the hell we sit here and have heart to heart talks, and your ass can't hit me on the show?
well, you here now. How about that? You could be a resident guest from now on. You can come on whenever you feel like it. But of
Yes.
course, I hope your future plans. We'll talk about it in a minute. But
Yes.
Nyght Ryder, one of our co-hosts that's
He asked a
part of
question.
our regular show, he had a question. He said, what really sold you to come to Atlanta? Because of course you had a good season and career on the Jets. So what
Mhm.
really, sealed the deal for you?
Mhm.
Shit, Nyght Ryder, Whitney, Auntie Pam. Maggie.
Hey.
Hey.
It had nothing to do with like I was ready to leave New York, definitely, and I looked at Seattle. When I came to Atlanta, I was like I grew up in a small town. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
was natural for me to be around a lot of black people. In New York, like New York got black people, but it's like a big ass city. And I stayed in Hempstead, and it was just like everybody except black people, really. So when I came here, and literally when I came, we came and played when I was with the New York Jets, and the dome was just, they had a DJ. You know, you had Mike Vick that seemed like he was Mike Vick. God, then he was just like untouchable. You ever seen somebody that had a world walk like, oh? So I see Vic over here. You know, I talked to Vic during the game. I was talking to some of the Atlanta players during the game, and I was just like, damn, I would love to play here. This seemed like home. And I'm only 3 hours away from South Carolina. Here to having a 2.5 hour flight from New York. And if I'd have went to Seattle, that would have been a long flight. Trying to see my family, get everybody to fly down. So it was a no-brainer. I was like, I turned money down to come to Atlanta because I was like, I need to be in this area, man. Like I need to be able to go home when I want to. I need to be able to do this. And you know, I can say it was the reason why it was such a big I guess moment for me, and I think a lot of people don't understand that was the first real major decision I made in my life. Like if you think about it, that's because it was I got drafted I went to college because my mom wanted me to stay close to home, so I went to South Carolina. So after South Carolina, I got drafted, so I had no choice in that. The only choice I had to do was just play football and see if somebody picks me up. Yeah. So when I was in New York, and I knew I was done, I had planned to retire because I said I'm not going back to New York. I'm not going to sit here and go. And I don't see how I had enough common sense to say I'm not coming back to this toxic place. Toxic for me. I ain't saying it was toxic for nobody, but I said I ain't going back to this place. And I'm like, I'm going to retire. I had about 3-4 million in the bank. I was like, shit, I'm good. I told you 200 grand would have got me. So I'm like, man. So I'm like, I'm good. You know, I called everything. Then we flew to Seattle. We flew to Washington. We flew to all these other places.
Got me too. I'm like, I'm good. Thank you.
So then, you know, they said that, you know, Atlanta wants you. You know, I think Brady just Brady, what's his name? The Brady, Brady Smith. That's his name, Brady. I think he just retired. Yeah, Brady Smith is just retired because they was thinking that Brady was going to be there, and they still had Pat Kearney. I was like, man, make it happen. We was on a flight flying, and I was like, man, make it happen. I'm going to Atlanta. John, you know, it's going to be less money, man. Make that shit happen. I want to go to the Lake. I want to go to the Lake.
He came down for the lemon pepper wings. That's what he
Yes. My roommate from college from Atlanta. My best friend was from Georgia. Like it was like, man, like dog. And half of my teammates was from Atlanta, so it was like, dog, I gotta go to Atlanta. It don't make sense to me to go to Atlanta. And I look fucking good in red and black, baby. I gotta get
there. Right. Look at good. Right. Yeah, right, man. Red and black is always, that's my color. That is definitely my color. Let's go ahead and get into the next one because we want to get into some defensive talk now. And this is gonna be putting your head coaching hat, because my question to you is, would you ever coach?
I would do a temporary coach thing. They could pay me to come in for a week or two, but saying that and I'm just being totally transparent. I'm not the person I used to be, and I understand that. That's why I said with the minimalized stuff, like I can't see myself doing because people don't understand. Coaches probably have to come in like 6 to 7, like that's like 13-hour day. I can't see myself doing it. I need naps. I need time to chill. I need time to rest my brain. I need to go smoke a hookah every now and then. I need a little more freedom in my day. You know what I'm saying? And also I want to be the type of father that doesn't miss out on stuff with my kids. So if they want me to come in for a week, I can do a week or two, you know, but having the whole grind like that, like I don't think I can do it. And mentally, I can be around football, but also I still have flashbacks here and there. Like not like I'm gonna go crazy and nothing like that, but it's just like, you know, sometimes it's just like I need to get away, you know. And as a coach, you can't just walk away. Like as a player, sometimes they can say, you know, I need a day off. But as a coach, you can't do that. So, but I would love to like coach guys or, you know, talk to them about stuff and show them something. But I couldn't sit there. And then also, just like me as a parent. If you do something wrong, I take responsibility for myself, and I ain't trying to put no responsibility on a player messing up. Like, oh, what happened to him? And I'm like, well, that was my player. No, I ain't doing that.
And these millionaires too. You telling millionaires what to do.
Yeah,
a lot of them get entitled. Yep. It's a lot of stress dealing with.
It's a lot.
Successful people like that. It's like I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
The egos and all that stuff like that. Then ownership.
Julio Jones.
Now you got social media and all that stuff.
I'm just saying, there's some entitled, divas that been a part of this Atlanta Falcons organization. I'm just saying.
Well, I think that some of them do deserve more than some of these people you see walking around now. Some people don't be doing shit in life and feel entitled. I got mugs that don't do nothing. I take the main person I'm talking about. That mug, I ain't doing this. What? Why do you deserve this? like, what have you done? Like, dude. So there are a lot of people that at least this mug can say, I got this and I did this. I was one of the best mug ever. Your ass just poking the bear. Like, I think about everybody around. Everybody on this call right now got somebody that they know that ain't really got nothing going on, but they will have the best life story. Oh, I'm this. You ain't got no job. You ain't working. You always asking people for stuff. Oh, people, I'm privileged. People be giving me stuff. No, you be begging. People be tired of you. Yeah, let me get this here, man. See, everybody, nah, bro, you begging. And that's the kind of, like, I can respect somebody who worked hard, and that's what I'm trying to work on myself. Because I work hard, so I should have more of a, entitled type phase in my life, but it's just not me. I'm just like I'm too humble because I'm to the point of humble that I turn myself down. Like, no, you can't do that. You can't do this, which is stupid as hell. Like, I don't think anybody should do that. Like I said, you should always big yourself up. And that's what I'm working on now. Because if you would have asked me this 5-6 years ago, I'd be like, nah, I don't want to do it. Like, even when I was in Atlanta, I didn't do stuff that I should have done. You know what I mean? Yeah. I should have been in certain areas, but I was in a strip club because that's the only thing I felt comfortable with. I'm like, well, they ain't gonna judge me in here. But I should have been sitting there with work done. I should have been going to these off the blank things. I should have been doing golf stuff. But all the stuff that I still can do now because I'm still alive and my name still carries a little weight.
It carries a lot of weight around this mug. It carries a lot of weight.
I mean, it's an attractive city. I can say that. So you can sometimes get caught up in all the, strip clubs and have culture of the, Black people.
Shout out to Magic City.
Magic City, shout out to them. Well, so what are the needs of the Falcons team defensively? We're needing to address, and players you will keep from the roster. Do you have a chance to kind of look into that? And who do you think we're gonna hold on to?
The biggest thing was getting Jeff Ulbrich. Like, I like Jeff. Me and Jeff were the same draft pick. If you look at the New York Jets defense, you'll see what the defense that we should look like. And I think we're changing from a 3-4 to a 4-3, which I hate the 4-3 defense. But if we go slide and get this big ass motherfucker from Cleveland, Myles Garrett, that 4-3 defense will change. Like, but and I think
I don't know. Her cousin might be shifting on over there. Don't they need a quarterback in some situation?
That would be a great trade option. And also, he's only 29 years old, man, and I can see good 7 years in him left. Like, I'm talking about good years. I ain't talking about just chasing checks. And he can, and not knocking Grady Jarrett. He's always going to be the face of that team, but he's getting a little older. His body's starting to, because he's a little guy. Even though he looks big on TV, he's not a big guy. So I don't know how many years he got to play at that high level. But having someone like Myles coming in, man, it would. First of all, I think the fan base will be super happy because they bought in OC, they bought in Dwight Freeney, they bought in some big name players, but it wasn't Dwight got to the Super Bowl, so you can't knock him. But the sack numbers. Myles is at his peak right now. Like, he's 29 and he's at his peak. Think about him with a team that's scoring 30 and is consistent, and he can just come off the ball and not worry about it. And he's just like cock diesel dude. So you can see, and playing Tampa, playing Carolina, playing guys that throw the ball a lot, you can see him being in the backfield a lot. I love playing those. I used to love playing against Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, so I used to love playing Carolina. I used to love playing Tampa. So New Orleans was cool, but they just assholes. But like you see, like this kind of regime can be good, but I can say there are guys that out there that I think that are good to look at. James Pierce Jr. In the draft. You got Mikael Williams from I think I'm saying the name right. Mikael Williams from Georgia. Like, to get him. If we're not going to trade for Myles, I'm just saying. And I think a guy from South Carolina, Kyle Kennard. I love how he plays, and he's a South Carolina guy. And this is one of the guys. He's a guy that if you see him, he wants to get better. And I think people don't understand. Like when I got in the league, I thought I already had, you know what I mean? I had Brian Cox come talk to me like, no, bro, you all that, you fast as shit. Yeah, that's cool and everything, but you need to learn football. You know what I'm saying? And they was talking about Kyle Kennard at the, like I guess at the, not the rookie thing, whatever they got, the game, the bowl game, whatever they had. And they was talking about how he would go every rep, that he'll come and he'll talk to his coach and try to get better. And even I saw him play maybe twice when the last year when I went to see South Carolina game. He's a guy that's emotionally in the game. Like you can see some people in the guy and you can tell that they're like, they want to do this, want to do this. He sits down and he sits there and thinks like, okay, what can I do next? You know, he talks to the coach when he come off the sideline, things that I think that Jeff Ulbrich can really bring out of him. And I think he's an older guy. He's graduated. He's done all this. So he's not a guy that's going to be in the streets. He ain't worrying about all that stuff. He's one of those guys that I think that would be a great name to fit in South Carolina, especially being, in Atlanta, especially being right up the street from South Carolina. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and y'all need some DBs too, because AJ is all we got. I ain't even going to front shout because that dude, he was say, I want to be like, mother, who the hell, like, leave, he was awful. I don't know what, boy. I'm like, y'all boys, man. AJ be out there on the island by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see we got a Jets fan in here, you know, being a hater. I see you, Kaden.
You know,
we always have a few haters come from other teams.
That's okay, babe. Yeah. I'm glad you added to the algorithm. We appreciate you tuning in over here.
Thank you.
Any questions for Abraham? Could we go to the next one?
Yeah. Speaking of hate, how is it coming to Atlanta and getting on that angst train? How is the actual rivalry as a player when it comes to the Falcons versus them folks from the toilet bowl?
Man, it's so easy. Like I promise you, I ain't never really liked Saints. I never liked their colors and all that stuff. I had a Saints jersey when I was a kid, but that's the only thing I could afford. It was the cheapest one on the rack.
Clearance rack. That's what that was. That should have been a power.
It was just a cheap jersey, and I was like, I can afford this. I'm gonna buy this. I got me a jersey. I used to wear that jump to school. I ain't knew it was a Saints jersey till I got older, and I was like, dude, you rocking a Saints jersey? That's funny. I was like, yeah, I couldn't afford nothing else. But time I walked into the city, the first Saints game. This is what pissed me they just pissed me the fuck off because they feel like they're entitled like a they like that little badass kid. They come in Atlanta, but I can't say their fans are they supportive as fuck. Oh, yeah. So it was right after I think we played the game or something. So they was in there dancing all around. So I'm looking like, y'all don't see us like right here. Like I just played the game. I don't care much about that. I'm like, it's all my boy.
They a little arrogant.
It was so quick for me not to like them because I think it was just something. And it was a woman just in there talking shit to me like I was a baby. I'm looking like, girl, like you need to calm down. she was up in my face like, yeah, Saints, nigga, it's Saints in this bitch. And I'm like, look,
wow,
y'all women, man. Okay, you got it. But then after that, then just seeing how the whole city hated them, it was just like it's automatic. It's like even when you go to a certain college. You're gonna find out who your rival is off top. Like who's okay? Texas got Texas A&M. Oh, okay, cool. Clemson, Carolina. You know. So when I was in Atlanta, I was like, okay. But see, I felt like the Panthers was going to be because I was from South Carolina. So I thought they were going to be. Nah, the Panthers fans are nothing like. The only reason why you hate them is because they fans mostly. Because like they fans is just like that. Like Tampa. You know, Tampa can come in here. You be like, oh, it's just Tampa. Saints come in. It's like the whole city closed down. I was like everybody from there just come.
Yeah, I think the Tampa and the Panthers want to be a part of this rivalry so bad. You know, they be trying to fit in. So they
like that rivalry.
Yeah, man. Because ever since Katrina, like when Katrina happened, everybody from New Orleans came here.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. Whew. Like, whew. And I came here right during that time. I came here in 2006, so it was like right when it was like everybody from here was like. From there, I'm like, good Lord. Then Detroit came here, and I was like, Lord, everything. This city was off the chain at one point, man. I was getting robbed left and right. I was like, this city hot. I come outside my truck going, I'm like, what the hell? Like, yeah, somebody got you again. Don't leave yourself like, God.
That's too funny. Saints can't even match golds correctly. How you fuck up black and gold, easiest scheme. And y'all hush, hush,
Oh
hush.
my
You know, our
God.
Falcons fans,
That's true.
we crazy. That's true though. And but my thing is, one thing I could commend about the city that I still can't stand about our own city is you go to New Orleans, you know what team is, their team. Even from the restaurants to it's embedded everywhere. You know that is Saints territory. You come here, it took a long time for them to even put Atlanta Falcons on the MARTA bus and the trains. And you can't even go to every single store and purchase a Falcons jersey. You got to go to the team store. So it's like I feel like they still need to pick up the marketing and represent our city a lot more. But that's just me. I know Cabrion on the marketing team. I said I was gonna have a conversation with her, but it's like it shouldn't take the playoffs and all this to get people hype, and then all of a sudden now we decorated, now we making big deals. We got to do that all the time. People don't, and then of course we're a transplant city, so it's like you said, everybody came down here from other areas. We got a big Green Bay fan base here. We got a few
bunch of
Packers,
Steelers and Dallas fan base.
Steelers.
Yeah,
They're
still.
all over the place here. It's more like it's getting better, but sometimes it's like it's their game versus our home game.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're getting better with that. But yeah, from now on, everybody gives a Saints fan a Bible when they say 28-3. Too many people want to move out here, and that's okay. That's the culture. I don't blame them. We are a popular city, but it's too many of us now. So the price of living went up, but let us pray that every store, everything, I'm telling you, grocery store, every window, every ain't everywhere in NOLA, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. We gotta do better. It's home team Blackberry. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay, well, we
Blackberry.
appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into well, you already kind of talked about it. So, ladies, how about you? His take on Myles Garrett coming up here. How do y'all feel then? Since he already kind of mentioned it. Would you like him on the team?
I'm hoping he'll take, like your approach, take the hometown discount. That's what I'm hoping he'll do to come to Atlanta. But I'm afraid he's going to ask for the bag coming here. That's what I'm afraid of. But other than that, he's a good player. But I'd like to ask you, what do you think of Khalil Mack?
Man, he getting old, baby.
He
made the Pro Bowl this year, but I'm watching. He ain't Myles Garrett. Like he's still putting up good numbers, but I think he had 6 sacks this year. But he ain't Myles 29.
Yeah.
Like so, you got to and Myles he giving you 11 to 14 sacks a year.
Okay.
And I ain't saying, but and I'll take you back to what I said earlier. We went and got O.C. Omiura. We went and got Mike Freeney. Like, okay, we got to stop trying to get these discount defensive ends.
Yeah.
Because when they got me, I was 28, 27, 28. So you still had a fresh John. I still was in my 20s. Now they gonna go ahead like we can get. Oh, he might have a couple more. No, man. Like they went and got me when I was 28. I think I was 20. I might have been 27, 28. So get this guy when he's 29. Get them good 4 or 5 years out of him. And then you could draft somebody also this year. Draft somebody second, third round. Like I said, like my guy I said before, Kennard. Draft him. He can play behind a fucking Hall of Famer already. Play behind him, learn how to play. Don't have to really match yourself out right now. And then really, so I think, like I said, and oh boy, didn't he get rid of his trade calls? Like the quarterback got rid of his trade thing. He said he ain't remember. So if he go to Cleveland, we get Myles, and Myles only getting 50 mil. He getting 25 a year. And I know it sounds like a lot, but they're only 25 a year for him, and he's like all pro. And he's gonna be a guy that, like, you see the dude body, he ain't gonna get out of shape. He ain't worried about him not playing, dude. Just
They try to say that the Atlanta Falcons is the retirement team. Sometimes they be having those rumors. The has-beens come on over here. They want to finish out their carear.
Most of them got a house here.
We ain't got to worry.
I got one more question to ask John, if I can. Have you been looking at some of the HBCU players? And if so, what players do you like as far as maybe undrafted free agent or something like that we could possibly pick up?
Let me be honest with you. I have not. I have not, because I'm also in school too, so I'm about to graduate in May.
Yeah.
So I've been
Congratulations.
so
Yes.
I haven't looked at that market as much as I've been looking at just the draft picks that's been going on. I've been trying to because I actually been kind of toning down a little bit because during the season, I was like in school and I was being a father and I was like trying to go to every Falcons game and trying to do all this and I was doing podcasts here. So in January I was like, you know what? I only got 3 classes left. Go ahead and knock this out. Do some podcasts here and there. Look at because think about in January all the games start getting slimmer and slimmer. So playoffs. Okay, I don't got to know as much. Okay, I just got to know this. So like now I can just talk about that. So I haven't been focused on it now. Like after the season over with, like in May when I graduate, I'll be right back into football and I'll be right back trying to find those guys in those HBCUs. Yes. I think it's because it's mesmerizing how we're finally recognizing stuff that was always here. Mm-hmm. I mean, just in life, with Instagram, with a lot of the stuff that's going on now, most of the stuff has been going on our whole life. We just never paid attention to it. So a lot more people, the talented people, are getting opportunities that they didn't get before. But there are a lot of people that don't got talent getting opportunities too. So it's like vice versa. You got to pick your thing. But But next time I come on, I would definitely have me a recipe of what we can see and who we need to snag.
He already done set his next show up. We're gonna set that up. So he's gonna be on here from now on. We're gonna have John as the permanent guest here, y'all. So there was a question that somebody wanted to ask before we get into this Kirk Cousins, because I see everybody on here.
Yes.
They were saying basically asking the panel. They said, which position do you think the Falcons will be selecting first round? And your son said, hey. I already answered my question. Which position y'all feel that the Falcons are going with right now, even though we haven't really done any moves other than, I mean, to me it's obvious, but do y'all think that we're going offense again in the first round?
Everybody is praying that we go defense, but Auntie Pam made a good point last week that MP, that's the man, that blind side. Especially now that the Kurt situation that came out and him specifically saying he got hurt during the Saints game. And who had an issue? I like Caleb, but damn. So that's a big issue. Okay. So you think, but I think it's going to be probably a lot of, people going to be rioting and everything else if they don't pick somebody from the defense, because we've been going offense.
It's going to be somebody in the defense. I think Jeff going to probably address that problem, and that was, like John said, that's a good hire. I mean, when he first announced it, I wasn't too happy about it. But when Torrey did the interview, he sold me. So I'm all on board with Jeff.
If you look at the Jets defense, you see how he got them young dogs eating. I think they're going to give him another piece. Like that's why I kind of like him being here, because if they want to draft, if they draft a young guy, I can see him being okay. Because I saw the D line for the Jets were like probably the best on the team, and they were all young guys. There was no old guys like y'all talking, the retired guys. There was none of those guys. It was every year they was drafting. They had like 4 good pass rushers on one team, and they just kept getting them. So I can see him being in that room saying like, look, I need me a pass rusher. I don't care about, like, we got AJ. I'm good on that. I can work with Ellis. We're gonna work with him. Bates, that's my dog. So I'm good on him. So we can work with this. I gotta get a pass rusher because I can't blitz every damn down to get like 5 or 6 sacks. I need another John Abraham. Like I just
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. That's why you need to be down here coaching somebody. You need another one.
I just left the Jets. I'm coming to the Falcons. Let's get this rolling. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that to big myself up, but let's be real. I had like 70 sacks when I was there, and it hasn't been duplicated. So you need to find like somebody that you don't have. You need to find somebody that you can depend on without having to depend on. Like they can depend on me without having to depend on me. Like they didn't have to say, John, we need you. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do it anyway. Like, I'm gonna get this thing because I want to. Like, you got to find that kind of person. Like, you don't got to look at me and say, oh, we need Abraham to do it. No, you just waiting to see what he gonna do. Like, all right, he ain't in there yet. He coming. Like, that's the kind of player you got to get. Like, that's what for a fact with Myles Garrett, you're gonna get that. Like, with Grady Jarrett, you're gonna get that. Like, so having those guys in there. Like being a defensive coordinator, even being a person on a team, like when I played with Patrick Peterson, it was different when I played with other corners. Yes. Because I had to worry about this guy. He wasn't a liability. I didn't have to worry about like when I played with Carlos Dansby, it was just like, wow. I was in Arizona, our defense was fire, our offense was trash. But it was like playing with certain guys, I was just like, man, this is the first time in my career that I was with like Pro Bowl. I had Calais Campbell beside me. I'm looking like, dude, this is easy. And I was 35, 36 then. When I was in Atlanta, and I ain't knocking Babino, I ain't knocking none of the people I played with. But they just weren't those caliber players. They were great players to me. I would still play with these guys again because, it is what it is. I love those guys as people. But you're talking about, like, Calais is like 6'9". Calais is like, when I seen Calais, I was like, man, I ain't never played with nobody like you. And I had Darnell Dockett over here. I had just like the whole squad on defense was just like, man, I ain't never had nothing like this. And this was like late in my career. So bringing a guy in bringing a guy in like Myles, I think people don't understand just his presence. His presence will change a whole defense. Like just his presence.
Yes.
Oh, we have a question from the home team, Blackberry. I'll follow him on his YouTube channel. I have a question for John because he said he's going to be here with us for a couple of minutes here. So, what's the difference between an edge or defensive end, and do you see a significant difference in today's end edge defensive players to yesteryears? It ain't been that long, but yes.
No, you're right. So the biggest difference between edge and defensive end is pretty much size. Like if you think about like a defensive end can go from like 290 to 250, but if you got an edge would be me. Like now, if you've seen like now, like I was a defensive end most of my career, but if they was to list me now, they say he's an edge. He can play 3-4 or he can play in 4-3. But just a defensive end is strictly a defensive end. Whether he's playing in a 4-3 or he's playing in a 3-4, he's going to be a defensive end. So like around the 270 to 280 guys, you would say that's a defensive end. You ain't gonna call him an edge unless he's Julius Peppers, which is ridiculous. But he was just like different from everybody else. But if you see like certain guys, usually when you see a guy that can play end or play up in a stance, you'll call him an edge or like a pass rushing guy. Like, but you'll have some defense again, like really like back in the day, they always used to call me a tweener because I was like 240 and I was big as hell to myself. Like mentally, I'm like, I'm big as shit. I came to college, I was like 205. So I'm like, y'all talking about I'm 240. I'm like 35 pounds heavier, mother. What y'all talking about? So they always try to get me to gain weight so I can be a defensive end because you're not a linebacker no more. So you got to play defensive end. So you need more weight. So that's the biggest, I think, difference. The difference of today's edges compared to then, people had to be big to play the run. Now they have to be more agile. Like when it comes to defensive end, it comes to edges. That's why guys like me, guys like Michael Parsons, guys like who else is Von Miller, like the guys that can move around, they let them move around now. Like back in the day, it was just like you're 3-4, you rushing, you have to drop, and now they let people move around. They let you use your skills. Like when I was in Arizona, they let me use my skills. I was only an outside linebacker twice in my whole career, which I got drafted as an outside linebacker. And I really felt like my career probably been better if I would have stayed at outside linebacker. So that's all the stuff that's just my mental thing. So don't worry about it. I had a good career as a defensive end, but I think I was an outside linebacker in a defensive end's body.
Okay. And we got another question. We're going to get into our last one, but it's like the fans just kind of want to ask this question. I think we're curious about that too. Yeah. Ms. Abraham, do you feel Coach Raheem Morris can lead the Falcons to their first super victory?
This is
now, this is our podcast. You're not with the Falcons, so you can speak here.
No. This is the realest I'm gonna be about it. I hope for God he can. Having a black man win a championship here with a black GM, with a black quarterback, boy, we nutting all on ourselves in Atlanta. We gonna be off the chain now. I'm hoping. I hope everything like when I said I don't really like go and get into all that stuff, but if that happens here in Atlanta, man, you couldn't ask for nothing better. Like that's a trifecta. You got a quarterback, you got a GM, and a head coach. Like and if you bring all that to Atlanta and they were able to win the championship here, which I think like Atlanta deserves it. Like just being here, like for the time being, like they deserve it. Like and if you win a championship here in Atlanta, you're gonna be monumented for the rest of your life. Because Matt Ryan went to a Super Bowl, and think if you win that, bro, you like, dude, Penix won't have to pay for shit for the rest of his life in Atlanta. Even though he's a millionaire, you got to pay for nothing. You can walk around, just do whatever you want, man. So like I'm not, in my mind, I'm hoping he can. Like, and I'm just being real. I don't want to say I think he can or he can't. I just hope he will. I hope it happens. I hope they give him the time to get the right pieces together. Yes. You know what I mean? Kirk Cousins wasn't what we needed at the time. You know, he was good, won a few games. He's over with. Let's get Penix right. Let's get everything around Penix he needs. You got Bijan. Everybody loves Bijan. You got a good offensive line. Yeah. Just keep stacking your books, man. You got to get this man about 5-6 years, and I can see, especially if, you know, we're able to beat Tampa, we're able to beat New Orleans, we're able to beat Carolina. Like we're going straight. We're gonna be cool. We're gonna be cool. You know what I mean? Like think about we was leading the damn NFC South. Then we just went to shit. Like this year was.
We'll talk about that. We're gonna talk crazy. About that. That was crazy. We could have had it. Yeah. We could have had it. Telling you.
That was weird as hell. I was just like, good Lord, like this is not happening.
Well, we're gonna get to it because we're gonna talk about what happened with that. But Southside Ricky said he just started watching. Y'all, I'm a big fan. Nothing better than women who know that. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Come on and subscribe. Look, ladies know they stuff. I'm telling you, we sure do. And he just Blackberry said, appreciate you just kind of breaking that down for us. But let's get into the big breaking news that happened today. That the Falcons fans, we already knew because we were talking about it on the show. Kirk Cousins admitted to being hurt during the New Orleans Saints game, and then, of course, the losing streak followed after that. So, with that, a lot of people are saying that it's a little too late. He's speaking a little too much at this point because we had that situation with Bijan, back with Arthur Smith, where they didn't disclose that he was ill and he played a couple of, a little bit, but they still fined him because they didn't list him as on that list there. So with this, explains a lot, but I feel that it really did put a damper in our season because they did put him on week 11. They did list him on the walkthrough list. It was an estimate that he was injured, his elbow, and everything else, but then they took him off and was like, in the press conference, they kept asking, are you hurt? You okay? Something's wrong. Nope, I'm completely fine. That's just all mental for me. And then you got Terry, you got Raheem. Nope, he's good. He's great. And they kept playing this man. But I felt right after that bye week, it should have been where they sat his ass down. Because we had the South at their necks, man.
Yeah.
So what do you feel about that, Abraham? I want to hear your opinion about it.
Okay, so I'm on the fence because I know how a team can throw you under the bus. Like when I was in New York, I was hurt. I couldn't play a game, and they put it out like, well, he's going to play this game. He's like, but they didn't have my back afterwards. So I think Kirk was trying to do the right thing for the team. Like it's hard for me to like as a fan, fuck you, you shouldn't have played. But as a player, I understand that you're right. They just gave you all this money. You want to be, and you feeling like you're the best option they have at the time. Like I gotta play. I can't tell people I'm hurt. I can't, because you can't take excuses because like it's tough because I understand where Kirk coming from. Like I admitted after like some thing like, yeah, I was hurt, but I still played. Because it's not like I don't think he asked for sympathy. He's just like, look, man, I was out there trying to give my all. Like I know y'all probably saying I should have sat down, I shouldn't did this, but that ain't how sports work. Like a lot of times you'll see, if you see a guy that's not playing, it's really because this motherfucker just can't play. It ain't because he got a little nick. It ain't because of this, because people don't understand what you go through the week to just get on the field. So Kirk probably felt like, look, I'm 70%. You know, 7%, and my coaches told me this one time, 7% of you is better than 100% of them. And I was like, okay, cool. So I went out there, you know, and I didn't look good. I didn't play well, but at the same time, it was just like, we expect people to know because, like, look, this ain't what I use. Because you put a history out, and you feel like if people really know how you play, they should see that this something ain't right. And we said it the whole year. Like everybody was saying, like even when I was in the press box, we were like, man, this, like his ball looked terrible. Like it's like I said it, and I asked my friend, like he wincing every time he throw the ball. Like he just. Like this, they said when somebody like maybe it's just his face when he throws. I said, man, that like I know pain. That looked like it pain, and you know, but he tried to take the up road and you know continue to play and do certain things. Do I think like now should have been the right time to say it? No, you should probably wait about 4 or 5 years after you retired. Like you got to go to another team now. So no, I mean like I admit you being hurt. Okay, that's fine, but are you still hurt? So you know you will play hurt, but you'll just fuck a whole season off. No, I mean you just.
But I'm gonna look at this. Somebody made me think about it like this, though. It was basically because now, if he didn't say anything, the rumors is, well, maybe Father Time is kicking in. He ain't got it no more. But you got to look at it. He was doing pretty well in the first beginning of the season, and then all of a sudden, it just kind of that didn't make sense. You know, that part didn't make sense. But I think it was more because of his no trade clause. He's trying to be like, you know what, Falcons, go ahead and trade me. You know, after this, he feels like he's still a quarterback that can start, and he can't do that with Michael being here. So now he got to, advocate for himself. So that's how I'm looking at it. What's up with?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, I can see both sides of it. The business part is, okay, I was hurt, y'all. So everybody out here, y'all calm down. But also, with the fans of Atlanta, you gave us the surf and swag, and now you swagged your way out of this motherfucker. So, but I would say just bow out in a graceful way. You don't got to tell us what happened now. We ain't gonna see you anymore. You said you'll never play again. We don't really care. Like that's why I say you wait to 4 or 5 years. You see how like I'm on this little podcast talking about the stuff that happened to me 10 years ago. I'm over it. Like dog, get over it. You still got to play. We don't care. Like, we don't care. Like we don't care. Like we really don't. Like you just tricked us.
Trying to feed the family and retire, so you still in the league. Hush it up.
Yeah,
but he talked too much anyway. He came in here talking about they talked to me right before I got here.
Because of him.
He talks a lot. Somebody need to get in his ear like be quiet, Kurt.
A chatty Cathy.
He a good businessman. Can't be mad at him for that. He a good businessman. That's the best thing to be.
Yeah, he got a good agent. That's for sure.
Yeah. They sitting and loved it right now.
He's sitting good.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins heard about Michael Penix and wasn't giving up the spot until he had to. I mean, but that's what was set up. It really wasn't supposed to be where Penix come in this soon.
Yeah.
And it was like hearing it from your perspective. I appreciate you saying that because we're looking at it from the fan base and we're just like, hey, shut us at, we're looking at, we should have won the South. Raheem told us a dream and all this kind of stuff. So we're just in our feelings about it, but we're not looking at the actual player. He just, I guess he was trying to play through it. And some players do hurt. They play hurt. A lot of them play hurt.
Yeah.
They just get out there and hey, wrap me up. Give me some pain pills. I'm ready to go.
You just don't play injured. But also with him, it just seemed like everybody can tell the big difference. Like 2 games. But after a while, you like, look, man. And then he might have could have came back and made it look real good for us. Like he could have gave it to Penix for 2 games or something like that. Like, oh, he looks good now. He's throwing good. They throw you back in there, but you took your option off the table.
That Denver game said that all for me.
I was pretty forgiving if you showed that you was good, and I take a couple weeks off and I come back. Penix might have won a game, might have lost a game. We don't know. But then you came right back in. You still was $100 million man at the time, so they're gonna put you back in. But you gave them no choice to get your ass out. 5 picks here, just fumble here. I'm like, boy, you just looking like cash money out here, boy.
Yeah. I was at the Minnesota game.
I was like, let me jump on the field and be like, hey, Get him, sit him down, and then Young Way cool and make it a little better.
I mean,
You know,
right? He was hurt too, right?
he was hurt. Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah, he was hurt too.
But
But
he at
it
least
took forever to
admitted
figure
that
that
he
part
was trying
out.
to. But at
Yeah,
least
they finally
admitted he
picked him
was
up.
trying to play through it.
Mhm.
And
He did.
it was just the thing is that you are a quarterback. You have to understand in the base. That's my baby in the back. We mamas. That you got to know when to hold them, when to fold them, and he just kept his cards up and kept saying I was fine when we clearly knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough though. I can say as an athlete, it's tough to walk away when you know you can play, but even though if you know you ain't gonna play well, I think a big thing with me was when I got the biggest thing for me, I played hurt my whole the first year I was here in Atlanta. I played the whole year pretty much like Kurt did if he was hurt, because I got hurt the first game and I tried to come back, then I broke my thumb, and I tried to come back again and I got hit in the eye, and I still was dealing with my groin the whole year. And I played every game I played every game I could play because they gave me so much money and I didn't want to look like a waste of time. So I can see why he did it. That's why for me it's like I get it, but I didn't even tell nobody I was hurt. I was like, y'all know I was hurt, but I don't care. But I played the whole year like that, and I didn't want to disrespect the Falcons. But if I'm leaving like he is, I was hurt. Yeah, I was hurt. I was hurt. Yeah, I was bad. But then when I played that one game that didn't count, that would always bother me because we already had won the NFC South and we was playing Tampa, and Mike Smith asked us to play in that game. The game didn't mean nothing. We had a week off. I ended up hurting my ankle, and I tried to come back and play that next couple of weeks. I just know for a fact if I didn't play in that game, I ain't saying I wouldn't have got hurt the next week or whatever. But I knew that we would have went to the Super Bowl, would have helped me, and I don't care what they say because it's just a different. We didn't have that pass rush against Kaepernick. He wasn't scared. He was just taking off. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. I couldn't. Yeah. Plays I was out, and that's why I said the scheme of having somebody like Myles Garrett with the offense that can move and having a defense that can save. But if you don't have a guy that can disrupt an offense like that, that's what really bothers me. And then getting fired after that, my dude, I didn't go to the Super Bowl and I got fired. I'm like, shit. Good Lord. Because I wanted to give Atlanta a championship because I know if I don't win a championship here, I'd have been. Like I said, you win one here, boy, y'all good for the rest of your life.
You be the king of the world.
Yes.
You be all on the billboards and
you have a statue of this bad boy, but shoot, you still big in this city, bro. So it don't even matter.
Oh yeah. I mean, people know who Abraham is. Y'all don't know something wrong with you.
I'm working
that's not just me being a Falcons fan. What'd you say?
I said I'm working my way back in, though. I want people to see my face now. Y'all done seen the number. You gotta see the face.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. So, ladies, y'all got any last minute questions for them? We can go ahead and wrap this one on up.
Yeah, John. So, in your career, what you would say like some of the best players, like 5 players that you've been able to play with is just like, wow, I played with this person and they up there with me because you feel like the GOAT. So we gonna say you the GOAT. What's the 5 players, any team you've been on?
Well, I can start in New York on Curtis Martin. And I didn't realize it's crazy because you see people and once you get in it, it's like, I guess being a rapper or working with somebody, then you see them getting these honors and you like, damn, I didn't even know that mug was like that. He just like the homie. Curtis Martin, looking back now, I was the pleasure of working with him. Let's see, 5. I'm trying to get 5. And New York was kind of thin. New York was kind of thin, but I got Julio. I got Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, I played with some studs, man.
Did you play with Tony Gonzalez?
Played with Tony. I was gonna get to him.
Okay, all right.
I mean, even if you need to get to 10, we understand. It's the league.
And Matt Ryan was it too.
Yeah, I played with some. I'm talking about these just the Hall of Famers I played with. These are Hall of Fame people. Yeah, I'm spitting out cats that Hall of Fame already. I'm just like, dude, I was on the team with these guys. And I can call these guys if I want to. I don't know call nobody, but it's Yeah, but definitely Tony. Playing with Tony. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to keep it to 5, but it's like you understand. I played 15 years, so there's
Yeah.
guys that came in for like a year and were gone. You know what I mean? So there's some guys that I can be like, oh, I played with him, I played with this guy, and I'm gonna give one more guy a shout out just because where he is now, not because of like how he played, but Aaron Glenn, the coach for the New York Jets. I gotta give
Yes.
him a big shout out for
Yes.
being one of the good because he was a great player also. Like I can say Kevin White, I can say I got a list of people I can say, but I'm saying like thinking now and seeing how he became a player and now he head coaching the New York Jets is like in my mind, like every time I see him, it's just like wow. Like and I can see people that been to the Hall of Fame. I see this, but seeing him being a head coach is just
Yes.
like when I came in, he was like an older guy, but you know, it was Aaron, it was AG, it was just AG, it was just AG, it was AG. Now this guy's like a head coach, like going back from where you started, like and being the head coach, that is like the dream of any man. I don't care what y'all say. Men can say like, "Oh, I don't like football." Like this. Now, if I had an opportunity to coach at like even the high school level, you coaching your high school team, like stuff like that is things that, not saying you literally dream about. That's things that life are made of, though.
Breon, she said, you're gonna be at more of the Falcons event. He said he wanted people to see his face. He's gonna be everywhere.
He's gonna be everywhere.
Hopefully.
Yes.
I'll be everywhere when I graduate. Till I graduate, y'all can kiss my ass. No, I'm joking.
That's why he said get him now, because I ain't gonna be able to bother him no more.
Yes.
When I graduate, I think I told Maggie, I'm gonna try to be a life coach, and I'm gonna get that. That's probably gonna take 6 months though, so I'm gonna get that, and then after that, I'm just gonna start living life, man. I'm just gonna start trying to, because I'm taking piano now. Yeah, y'all know I'm doing sign language. I'm in school, obviously.
You're juggling too, aren't you?
Juggling.
Yeah, but I don't really juggle as much now. Once you get it, you like, okay, I'm cool. Like with the ride in the back, so I can juggle now. So that's like, but working on the sign language still, because it's so much. It's like I can't do the fast stuff yet. You know what I mean? I can talk. I can have a conversation. Like I can have a conversation, yes. But doing everything, nah, I can't. Like I'll talk to, yeah, we good. But like I said, I'm just trying to be a better person, and all the stuff that, like literally all the stuff I could have done when I played football, but I just felt like I was only a football player because so many people was always just focusing on that in my life. So now I'm trying to be I want my kids not to be scared to be great, and being great. And sometimes people say, what's that dumbass thing about a jack of all trades? It's whatever. They don't never say the whole. But you can be a jack of all trades, but you can be good at a lot. And I think I'm going to be good at a lot. Even when it comes to speaking or talking. Like I take my typing classes. Like they have a little typing thing on, so I'm typing better now. So it's just all about working on like what I can do every day. Like even doing the podcast, getting better. This is going to help me when I try to do public speaking, because you see yourself, and it's easier to, like, some people have like self-esteem issues that people don't understand. So I tell people, like, even if you don't want to talk to somebody, get your phone and just tape yourself talking. You know what I mean? So, and then like just see what you like and see what the basis is of, I'm just going to talk about this. Like I said, you know yourself best, so keep it simple. Like you don't have to be the most amazing person to catch because somebody else can be just like you. Like, I got this one simple thing that I like to do, and I'm surprised that you like to do it too. Let's be friends.
Yes. Right. And then when you're in, one thing I have to say, you're never too old to learn and want to improve yourself. And, you're going to learn something from experiences, meeting people that's doing different things. You guys are connecting because it's similar. You're never too old. And then, of course, when you keep your mind moving like that, you got that knowledge coming in. It's exercise. It's working your brain anyway. So it's like you're retaining things because you have to study. You have to repeat things. So that's why they have mental exercise you can do to kind of help your memory and things like that. So I feel like, and a lot of times people don't get successful until they're in their 40s, 50s. It's a lot of people that pretty much caught on after the fact, because like he said earlier, I didn't have, I had my parents in my life, my stepfather, my mother, but they just didn't teach me about how to be successful. And, everybody was just in poverty, and that's how they lived their lives. I had to break that chain. You know, I had to, okay, I can't live in this mentality, but I had to teach myself. And that really didn't happen until I was like well into my late 20s, 30s. Now I'm still trying to figure it out. You know, I'm still trying to work it out. So this little podcast is my goal to somebody catch on to it one day. Lady panel, you know, my meet and greets, everything everybody's coming out to support. Like people come through, like Pastor Troy. It's quite a few people that came to my events and they was like, I don't even need anything. I just want to be there because of what you're representing. So it's like, to me, that's an accomplishment in anything. To have John to come on my show. We just had Tori from the Atlanta Falcons on here last night. To me, that's a big deal. Rapport with people, it goes a long way because they're talking. It was when we had the other Miles Garrett from Fox 5. We had DJ Shockley in the background while he was doing his interview. Connection. Be humble in what you got. You know, so thank
Kelly
you.
Price,
But I definitely want to say thank you, John, for coming on with us. But we need to get you in the Hall of Fame. What do we need to do, people? Falcons fans, y'all better be sending some letters. Y'all need to be because this man deserves to be in there. I'm sick of it.
Hit up D-Led. D-Led will get you there.
D-Led be talking to me so, but hey, John, you know, I'm gonna go talk to him. I'm ringing up.
He need to do some more talking.
Like one thing I can say, it ain't Led.
I know.
One thing Led be like, man, hey, babe, I got you. I'm gonna come look out for you. Now you know, I don't know what you're doing, but you know, Led,
you sound just like D-Led.
Led, my guy, man. That's a real Atlanta guy, man.
Yeah, well, whatever, Falcons fans, send some letters to Falcons. Look, I don't care what y'all got to do. We're gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
But we need to get this man into the Hall of Fame,
Definitely.
Ring of Honor. Even though it's like
definitely the Ring of Honor. Definitely that.
Definitely the Ring of Honor. Something. I know Warwick Dunn be giving people houses and stuff like that.
I'm personally working on that. I'm showing my face around the facility. I'm doing everything. I'm trying to work on that myself. I do think I do deserve that. Like if I don't make the Hall of Fame, at least I can get in here. If I can't get in the ring, I'm like, I know I ain't.
You still got the sack leader. I mean, that ain't been broke yet.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, he's the best at it. Like, we ain't had that since. Now, come on, that should be at least a Ring of Honor accomplishment.
Exactly.
I do agree with that. I do agree a lot of y'all about that one. I do agree with that, though. I'm working on it, though. Hopefully one day.
Well, maybe off the blank, because off the blank is starting to get up there. Maybe his son, you can talk to him a little bit. Like, whispering in his ear, like, hey, tell your daddy, we need to make this happen. Because how you going to get the owner in the Ring of Honor before the John Abraham? I'm just saying, that's your stuff. How you a Ring of Honor your own stuff?
That was beautiful, though. Like, wow. That was awesome. I was like, everybody thought that. It was like, wow, the owner. I thought you automatically was in the Ring of Honor. He was the owner. I didn't know you had to get put in there. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
They surprised him and everything, though. But we got to be the voice. That's our generation. Yes, I'm right. So please, everybody that's here now, look, tweet this out. Atlanta Falcons, tag them in and put Atlanta Falcons Nation in there too, and say you heard it here on here. Put John Abraham in and be his while he in school, because he's gonna be a life coach when he come out. So he's gonna be giving y'all all kind of inspiration. He's gonna be that healer. He's gonna be everything, and then his face is gonna be everywhere. So they ain't got no choice to put them in there. But thank you again. Appreciate you coming on. You will be back. And I'm gonna get that shirt.
So
definitely. Kudos to you.
Thank you. Any last words? Any projects other than that? You said school and everything else. What's coming up for you?
And where can some of the fans follow you if they're not already?
I just changed it. John.Abraham55 on Instagram. 55 Get Live on Twitter. And it's just John Abraham on Facebook. But I don't think you need to follow me on Facebook. It's kind of boring up there. But John.Abraham55. I just want to thank y'all, ladies.
Thank you
for having me and to keep this and keeping this going. I think a lot more people are going to be credited from this, and I think a lot more people are going to be, the energy is going to definitely build, especially when they win a championship and y'all were here before. y'all gonna have a platform that's gonna be there for y'all to step on.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
thank
Thank you.
And I've noticed that it's starting to come to like streaming sites. It's like this is the new wave of sports. You got the
Mm-hmm.
NFL broadcasting their things on YouTube now. So, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, you might be talking about a YouTube podcast yourself. Well, podcast, I don't know which way, but
Yes.
this is a new era right now. So it's like
Yes.
we're the innovators of everything. So when they give us that contract, we're like, yeah, we need these ladies on there. It's like, okay, John, bring them on in here. So thank you again.
Thank you.
$5 get live, like 55. I said $5 get live. Want to be
55
talked to youth
live.
at school,
I like that.
my kids. And that's a request right there. Talking to the youth. My
Yeah.
kids would love an NFL player coming to talk to them. So there you go. Future goal there.
Mm-hmm.
No
We
Mm-hmm.
question.
definitely need it. You are definitely inspiration to me. It helped me get through some things. And here I am, a mental health coach now. So
Yeah.
I'm using what I've learned how to cope for my own self to teach other people. Sometimes it's about the experience. So we appreciate
Right.
you about your openness about your own mental health and taking it to a
Mm-hmm.
step to actually be a coach at it. It's amazing. So if you didn't do anything else, you didn't feel like, okay, I didn't have the NFL career I wanted. Right now, you're getting ready to create a life that's going to be worth mentioning for your 4 girls, because I know you're pulling your hair out with that one. I have
Yes.
3. So, so good
No
luck,
question.
brother. Good luck.
Yeah.
Even the baby. I know I've been seeing the baby. I wish everything well with the baby. And good night, everybody. Maggie's a help. Yeah, I helped him too. That's right. So, and that's what I'm saying. This is a family's healing. This show is just everything. But until the next time, people, we'll be back next week, Tuesday. I don't know who's going to be the special guest, but we appreciate you again. Share this out, and we are out. Peace.